Hello, this is Sprint1, and here is, Sprint1. So, first and foremost, here are the three asset managers. There's the model, the shader, and the texture. Peeking into the model one, we have it set up for being a singleton. I included this static string here as a way for a default path. So within the actual CPP file, we have the definition of that path, which is asset going to the subfolder of model. And from there, we go into the actual load. And upon loading it, it combines the asset path along with the file name itself, and then concatenates that back into a string to then be applied to that model. And then further back, applying it back into the map towards that specific keyword. And the checks or the edge cases that I have set out, but I took out the debug because I'm not exactly sure how debug message works, but I'll look into that later. But essentially what it is it checks if there's actually a string within both fields, and then past that it checks if there is already a keyword, or if the keyword you inputted is already within the collection itself. And if that happens, then it'll say those words. Only difference between the three managers is, other than name, is for the prefabs, I tried doing something cheeky with the whole loading it within the constructor, but it kept yelling at me, so I just made a simple little function just to load it, like upon call. And yeah, it's just the three enumerated pre-made models that were provided within. And then the delete, I'm using this weird auto function here because it's very similar to how setting up the iterator works. Just, I guess it's less type is the reason why it's there. But essentially it'll go through the whole collection, delete each of the, what are they called? I guess pointers to the actual files, and then it'll clear the collection itself and then delete the whole instance. Within the game CPP, I have it set up all within load content. I switched out all of the regular loading of, I guess, the standard way of loading models, textures, and shaders to using the manager, and then actually applying them within the graphics objects is here. And last but not least, in the unload content part, the cleanup I call delete on the three managers. So here, it's loading up, and there it is. It works in the corner. As for the name, you can see I've called it the fish leg engine, or fish legs engine. And last but not least, I will go into here. There's that. Within the assets folder, I've separated all of the assets to their proper folders, except for these two. I'm not exactly sure where those are supposed to go. I'll figure that out later. And then within the source, I have all the engine code that I'm creating within engine itself. And then this fish legs to resources will eventually have the load resources file. And user code, of course, is the user code itself. And yeah, that's all.